So to give an example of the programming and how they put the trigger in the environment, I'm going to use the example of a girl at my camp who always used to let people step all over her. And so they called her doormat. And the counselor got in trouble for it, not because it was emotional abuse, because they made the programming obvious. So they said, "You're a doormat." So everyone has something that they would mess with them about. Me, it was about being a gangster. It was about being tough. It was about women. There were certain things they knew that everyone was sensitive about, which made them inclined to, be, behave in a way that society didn't accept. In other words, display bad behavior or quote unquote symptoms of a mental disorder or you know, a behavioral disorder, a behavioral problem. So as time went on, you know, I'll give you the example of the girl, a fat guy, and me. So with the girl, now they put in that the trigger is now something that she's already aware of, but she's learned to live with it. But they've put it in a way that got under her skin. So later on in life, when she sees things that remind her of whatever she's sensitive about, it's going to make her snap. So if she's not doing the New World Order's agenda, well, now we know what to make what makes you tick. We know what your pet peeves are. We know what you're susceptible to, what psychological warfare you're susceptible to, and what angle we should take. And so they take the angle of, comparing her to a hooker or something, calling her a whore. They might take these kind of angles. And so basically, the reason why, this is I'm going to signal to my mask is that I wore it inside out. It's for a reason. Not just because it's easier to clean this way, but because not just to balance the form of it either, because society's backwards. Okay, so you take the fat kid, you say you're fatty. You can't climb up the rope in gym class. Everyone has something that makes them sensitive, and they push that button, and that's what the government is doing. And it's obvious why they're doing it to me. The same reason they did to Huey Newton and Bobby Seale and Bobby Hutton, Fred Hampton. These aren't people from ancient history. These are people from 50, 60 years ago. You know, and that when I say that, that's before they were born. You know that some of these people, like I'll take little Bobby Hutton. He was 19 years old when he died. Okay, so if you understand the timing, it's 2012. Okay, he was 19 years old. He got gunned down. Okay, Panthers were one of the Panthers. That's 70s and 80s. So as the political environment really grew and the Black Panthers took form, um, they were using these methods, and so these methods they still have around. And even Obama himself made references to some of the um, memorandums, some of the notes that he saw when he got into office. He said, "You guys still have these policies around. This is still the way you do things." And there was a lot of people trying to cover up, like hush hush, like, "Oh, that was from a long time ago," but it's still around. And they got him to get used to it, you know. So basically, they have figured out what makes me tick, and I have taken away their kind of power by telling you all what's going on and telling you all what makes me tick. Okay, so what we have here is a secret government, and it's being run by secret societies. And if we replaced everyone in government, they would replace them with other secret societies and immediately control the movement to replace them. And they pretend like they hate the person, but really they feel sorry for them because they're in the same kind of conspiracy they are, and they understand their position. And they might even have lenient sentences because of that. I mean, you have to truly understand what is going on. and how these people are ruthless, how these people are scum, and how they have declared war on my cult, and how we all know how that is very, very stupid to perform psychological operations, psych warfare on somebody like me who has such reverent power in the crip community, okay, in the black community as well, and in other communities who've seen my videos and taken, have become accustomed to see my face, and they like my videos, they like what they hear, they like what they see, etc. Um, so, as a result of them creating and programming me to be susceptible to triggers, the reason why the number one threat is sleeper agents and domestic terror is because they created these sleeper agents. And I know, because I was in different hospitals and camps and prisons all my life. I've seen what's going on. I've talked to the staff. I've talked to the doctors. I've talked to the guards. I've talked to high-ranking people. I've heard secret societies. I've heard high-ranking Freemasons who've come to my house, and I've overheard their conversations with my parents when I was younger. I have no doubt in my mind, being a brain surgeon's son, I have no doubt in my mind, none, that there is a military industrial complex at play here, and it works with the pharmaceutical companies, the bankers, the secret societies. They all work together and they collaborate. They put aside their small differences and they unite in the greater for the greater cause of furthering the white race in their mind, or really it's the white power structure's agenda. Thank you.